All right, everybody. This is your 12. So we got a misfire there. This is your 12U Bulls taking on the Memphis Riverkings in Friendlies. If you watch the channel, you will have seen that we just got done with the. Um, uh-oh, got a problem with my internet here. We just got done with the 16U team. Wound up beating the Chargers. Well, stand by. I'm trying to work on this real quick. Well, so looks like the internet's being funky on me. There we go. Finally picked back up. Sorry about that, y'all. So this is this is the 12U Bulls taking on the Memphis Riverkings in Friendlies. Sorry for the technical difficulties we were having there for a minute. Appreciate everybody tuning in. So this is supposed to be a mix of the Riverkings A1 and A2 teams. And we've got some kiddos that are sick and hurt today, so we'll see how this goes. But if you were watching before, the 16U team is playing their SYTHL league here at Pelham today, and so we watched them take on the Huntsville Chargers with a decisive 8-2 victory. So hoping that the 12U kiddos can emulate that. There'll be a few line changes today since we're short a couple of players from our normal roster. And I'm not sure how we're going to do the goalie situation. Last Friendlies, we rotated every period, so we'll see what this looks like today. We're playing 13-minute periods. We'll do minute and a half penalties. Unless I missed something. We will have another matchup later on this evening at 7:15 for these folks, or for these two teams. And then we're coming back in the morning to do one more round of Friendlies with them. Kiddos getting one last word of encouragement from Coach Josh. We'll go ahead and take a minute to thank our coaches. Appreciate you guys. Head Coach Josh Uptain, Coach Chris Brennan, and then I do the off-ice stuff. And, of course, this video broadcast. But big thanks to those guys for the time and effort they put in for our kiddos. We'll go ahead and say thanks to our officials, too, because we don't say that enough, I guess. Thanks to those guys. They get out here and put up with a lot. All right, we'll be underway shortly. All right, coming out for your Bulls. Keegan Brennan going to take the face-off. Gus Federley with him. Sasha Dediu as well. Back on defense, we've got Big Ben, Lucas Bencomo, and Bay Thomas. Starting Tendy for us is Elijah Cole. All right, Keegan wins the faceoff, pushes forward. Riverkings intercept. They're in the zone now. Winds up, takes a shot, and that one gets right by Elijah. Score one for the Riverkings. All right, back to the center ice. That was quick. Riverkings win it, sit it forward into Bulls territory. Big Ben gets back there, retreats behind the net, sends it around, looking for Sasha. This one's all the way down the ice, and we're going to have an icing. No icing. Gus pulled up before it got back there and wound up no icing. So Riverkings exit the zone, or Royals if you go by the scoreboard that's up there on the Jumbotron. Sasha sends it in and pursues. Manages to block that one from going out. Gus Federley has it now on his stick. Gus gets met with some opposition, and puck gets turned over. Skating into Bulls territory now. Defense dropping back. Cole Major sends it around. Gets past the defender and out into the neutral zone. Remy Uptain checks in for the Bulls. Colton Pennington sends it over to Lucas Colmajor. Colmajor to Nate Key. Nate Key moving up through space. Nobody's there to challenge him. Nate Key moves, takes a shot wide left of the net. Nate from his knees tries to make a play, but it gets over to number 8. Defense keeps it in, but met with some opposition there, and it gets out into neutral zone. Bulls send it right back at him, and that's going to be an offsides. Bulls check in some fresh legs. We've got Trip Freeman out for the faceoff. Ethan Buck on his left, Caleb Doro on his right. Bay and looks like Big Ben out on defense. Ethan Buck enters the zone, winds up, takes a shot over the net. It gets back to Bay Thomas in the near side boards. She sends it up to Trip. Trip tries to give it to Ethan, but intercepted. Ethan flips it over looking for Caleb, but this one gets out of the zone. Bulls are going to have to check up. Caleb to Ethan. Ethan gets it in the zone, winds up, takes a shot, and the goalie swallows that one up. Nice play by that goalie. Bulls keep the offense out there, but change out the defense. We've got Lucas Colmajor and Colton Pennington checking in on defense. Tripp's going to take the face-off again. Riverkings win it. Ethan Buck with a one-timer right in the middle. Stopped by the goalie. Colmajor winds up, fires it. Caleb Doro tries for the tip in, but nothing doing. Caleb settling it down. Not a whole ton of pressure here. Sends it back to his defender. That one get backs to Colton. Colton goes wide for Ethan Buck. Ethan Buck sends a bullet right at the net, and Caleb Doro trying for the tip in again. Offense changing out here. Keegan Brennan coming back out. We've got Gus Federley and Sasha Dediu with him. Still got Colton and Lucas back on defense. Face-off sails at the net, but just kind of misses. Riverkings send it around. Keegan Brennan tries for the centering pass, but it comes off the end of his stick. Goes back to Lucas Colmajor. He winds up and fires. Hits Sasha right in the ear hole. Poor Sasha's holding his head. I know that didn't feel good. Lucas has a really hard shot, so Will Federley checks in now. Lucas lofts it up for Keegan. It's Keegan 2-on-1 now. Keegan goes for the drop pass to Gus, but can't connect it now. Will over there with his brother. Lucas can't hold the line, and it gets back to Big Ben. He winds up and fires, and That was tipped, but okay, we're going to have an icing on the Bulls. Remy obtained for the faceoff. We've got Nate Key with him. Riverkings win the faceoff. Gets to Remy. Remy trying to clear the zone here, but can't do it. Moving through the defense. Stopped by Elijah Cole. He bats it aside with his stick. Bay Thomas in there with Remy. Remy sends it up looking for Will, but can't clear the zone now. It gets up to Will. Will and Nate on the rush, working together. Will to Nate. Nate can't get it past that little number 8. Now Nate has it. Tries for a toe drag, but it comes off his stick. They dump a backhand pass right up to the center and clear the zone. On the rush now. Bay Thomas coming in to pressure her man. They go wide, and Big Ben puts a stick on it and sends it over the net. Remy's going to fire this one up, and that clears the zone. Nate Key tried for it. Now they hit Nate in space. It's Nate and Will, but number 8's closing in fast. That's in the net. That's a goal. He didn't have it covered. Nate Key with the first goal of the game for the Bulls. Line changes for the Bulls. Trip Freeman coming in. We got Ethan Buck and Caleb Doro with him. We've got Colton and Cole Major back on defense. They press in the zone, take a shot, kick save by Elijah. Puck sails behind the net. Caleb Doro retreats for it. Goes to send this one out, but number 8 puts a stick on it. He's moving in through traffic. Elijah Cole bats that one down, puts a glove on it, and they finally blow a whistle. Looks like E woke up a little bit after that first goal. They win the faceoff. Skating behind the net. They go for a backhand pass to the center, but it came off some skates, and another shot wide of the net. Cole Major is going to send this one around. It gets to Caleb Doro. Caleb moving. Hits Ethan in space. It bounces off of Ethan's stick. He's going to have to wrangle this one in real quick. Gets it behind the net. Settling it down. Pressure immediately, but Ethan keeps a hold of it. Sends it back to his defender. Cole Major winds up and fires, and it's in the skates of a defender. Gets over to Caleb Doro. Caleb circles. Looks for his passing options. Takes a shot. Goes over the net. Cole Major sends one at the net again. Ethan Buck was right there trying to make the tip. Ethan gets a hook. They're going to call that every day, all day. And there it is. So they're going to get Ethan Buck for the hook right there. So your Bulls are going a penalty kill for the first time in this game. They win the faceoff and move it through the high slot, but can't keep a handle on it. Bulls pressuring the puck out. Big Ben battling for it in the corner there. They go behind the net. Bay Thomas stands in front, trying to hold that crease. Bulls fighting, desperately trying to clear this one out because they're putting a ton of pressure on Elijah. They hit Keegan Brennan. Keegan's got a lead on him. Keegan loses his feet, and it gets stolen away by number 8. Keegan pursues behind the net. Moving up through, bobbing and weaving. This kid is fast, very fast. He centers one for Elijah. Elijah stones him. Great save there by Elijah. Recognize that centering pass and get over to meet that. Defense trying to box this one out. Keegan Brennan with the steal. Keegan moving through space now. A lot of pressure there. He backhands one forward, and that's no icing. Okay. Number 8 retreats back behind the net and gets it. Passes it up. They exit the zone. Remy Uptain's right there. Remy bodies him off the puck. Gets to Nate. Nate goes behind, up against the boards, but a whole ton of pressure. They steal it away. Remy now digging this one out. He sends it around. Ethan's out of the box. Bulls have killed the penalty. Here comes Nate Key. Goes around one. Nate moving those feet. Starts bumping and rubbing as they come through. Gets it back to Remy. Remy up to Nate. Nate point blank, and Nate gets a goal. Great setup there. Great play by both of those guys. Nate Key with the score. And the internet's being funky on me, guys, so if it gets choppy, I apologize. Remy bats this one over to Will. Will sends it back to Cole Major. Cole Major back up to Will Federley. Will is in the zone. A stick just stuck in the right place, disrupts that play. Remy sends it over for Will, but it misses him. Will pursues. He's in the corner, sends it back to Cole Major. Cole Major winds up and fires, but it's too much traffic. Nate tried for the backhand. Now Will backhands it at the net. Bounces behind. Riverkings clear this one out, and it goes all the way down the ice, and we're going to have an icing. .446 left in the first period. Faceoff goes back to Bay Thomas. She sends it up the boards. Riverkings get there first. Caleb Doro sends it to the middle. They come up with it, and they're going to skate out of the zone, but Tripp is right there pursuing. Big Ben sends it up against the boards looking for Caleb. Caleb's there. Passes it over looking for Ethan Buck. It's just in front of Ethan, though. He can't wrangle it down. It was a great one-time opportunity. Ethan goes back to Cole Major. Cole Major fires a bullet. Tripp for the tip-in, but it goes wide behind the net. Ethan Buck now up against the near side boards. Hits Cole Major. Cole Major's out of the zone. They're going to have to regroup. Cole Major goes to his defensive partner. She taps it forward for Ethan Buck. Gets ahead of Tripp. Tripp comes in for some pressure now, and Ethan steals it away. Ethan's got it in the near side corner. Ethan sends it back to his defense. Cole Major fires again. Ethan tried to tip that one in. It gets up on the net, and they're going to have to blow this one dead. Great pressure there. Lots of good passing going on. Using the D to spread that opposition out and throwing those long bombs from the blue line, trying for the tip in. Really great work there. All right. Keegan Brennan for the faceoff. Sasha's back out. Riverkings clear this one. It gets over to Gus Federley, and he's just going to dump it in. Wise choice there. Give the Bulls a little bit of breathing room. Number 8 now has it on his stick, and he's turning on the jets, just going to skate past everybody. Gus Federley, dropping back with the back check, and he almost outran everybody, and we're going to have an offsides. They win the puck, but the Bulls steal it away. Gus trying to get up to his teammates there. Got the hiccups in here. Colton settles it down, hits Keegan. Keegan moves through space, tries to get it out, does, and that's going to be an offsides on the Riverkings. So we'll have a face-off right outside the Bull zone. Memphis makes some changes, so do the Bulls. Remy Uptain for the face-off. Bulls win it back towards their defense, but not a whole lot of movement there, and Memphis gets it, sends it right back at him. Big Ben has it, goes behind the net, sends it up for Nate Key. Nate looking for Remy, gets over to Will. Will to Remy. Remy wasn't quite ready for that pass, and it's almost coming out of the zone now. Remy keeps it in, hits Nate on the butt. It goes through Nate's skates, and Will winds up with it. Remy pursuing against the far side boards. Remy throws it up and pursues in, but now number 8 has it. Defense dropping back. Will Federley with the pressure back there forced his guy to handle it a couple of times. Probably could have gotten away clean if it hadn't been for that back check. Now Will's on the move. Will takes a shot from the point and swallowed up by the goalie. Very nice save by that goalie. Trip Freeman for the faceoff. There's a tie up there, and Memphis comes away with it. They skate into Bulls territory, but Lucas Colmajor gets a stick on it, and Ethan Buck comes away with the puck. Ethan circles, moves through Bulls territory into neutral ice. Ethan not getting a lot of pressure, and Trip went offsides. So we'll have to have a faceoff. Riverkings win the faceoff. It goes over to Bulls defense, and they send a howitzer in, and we're going to have a icing. Lots of stoppages in this first period, slowing things down quite a bit. Minute and 26 left on the clock. Bulls up 2-1. Memphis wins this puck, but Bulls are going to get it. Gets up to Ethan Buck. Ethan lifts the stick, pushes the puck forward, and it's going to clear the zone. Memphis has it, winds up, fires, and stopped by Lucas Colmajor. He skates up with it, gets around one. Colmajor on the attack, takes a shot, and he gets number 3 for the Bulls. Way to recognize the opportunity in the space and just kept skating with it. Bulls win this one forward. Keegan Brennan, all 3 Bulls just on a rush. And it's 3 Bulls against the goalie, and he manages to stick that one aside. Keegan has it in the corner. Backhands it up to Big Ben. Big Ben winds up and fires. Hits one right in the chest. I know that hurt. They get this one up against the boards, and that's going to be an offsides as Big Ben puts a stick on it, and he goes right back in the zone. Bulls win this one in, but immediately picked off by the Riverkings. Sasha Dedi winds up and fires, and the goalie covers that one up. Nice forward pressure there by the Bulls. New line checking in. We've got Remy Uptain, Nate Key, and Will Federley. Memphis wins it, but Remy puts a stick on it to slow that down and gets back to his defenders. They take a shot, but nothing doing. Colton skates up from his defensive position, backhands one at the net, and the goalie lands on that one. I thought that one might take a weird bounce the way it was hopping over the ice. Memphis wins this one. Push it forward. Great job by Colton Pennington to disrupt that play at neutral ice and cause a turnover. Remy Uptain has it now on a stick, skating forward, up the near side boards. Remy in the zone. Tries for a backhand pass over to Will, but intercepted. Memphis skates out, and Nate Key gives a little shoulder tap to that guy as they were going up against the far side boards. So we'll take a quick break. Be right back. Bulls up 3-1 right now. All right, that'll do it. And we're having number 77, Graham Stephen, check in between the pipes for the Bulls. We're going to keep Remy's line out there. Cole Major and Pennington back on defense. As always, we're monitoring the chat, so if you have access to the chat app and you want to shoot us a chat message on YouTube, give a player a shout out, by all means, feel free. Memphis wins the faceoff in the zone. Little number 8 again. Takes a shot, and that's number 2 for them. So, 8 seconds into the second. Here we go again. Bulls defense throws this one forward, and they said no ice, so Nate Key turns on the Jets and gets there first. Nate Key circles behind the net, tries to center this one, but it's intercepted. Will Federley puts some pressure on. They try to feed a guy up in space, but defense is there and outruns him a little bit. Cole Major loses his feet, but they're going to call an interference for that. So your Bulls will go back on the penalty kill. All right, coming in for the PK team, we got Bay Thomas, Ethan Buck, Caleb Doro, and Big Ben. Bulls win this one. Ethan throws it up against the boards, and this one's going to sail all the way down for an icing. Hey, Brandy. Ethan Buck for the face-off again. Wins it up against the near side boards, back to Bay Thomas. Bay tries to chip this one forward, but whole lot of pressure there from the Riverkings. They send it up against the far side boards, and now Ethan Buck gets it. Ethan goes around one. Ethan has one to beat. He's just going to, makes a move right through the center. Low slot, goes behind the net. Ethan Buck's trying to settle it down. Oh, too much pressure there from number 8 with that speed. They feed one in space. Bay right there with the tip and disrupts that play, but he picks it up in the high slot. Shot, stopped by Graham. Great job by Graham Stephen making that save. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill. Bulls make a couple of changes out here. We got Keegan Brennan, Colton Pennington, Sasha Dediu, and looks like Lucas. No, that's Big Ben back there. Colton chips it forward for Sasha. Sasha makes a move and clears the zone. Sasha checks up and lets Keegan get it. They're in the zone. Keegan winds up, fires. It hits the goalie in the leg pad. Sasha rims it around behind the net. Picked up by Keegan. Keegan sends it back towards the Memphis net. 22 seconds left on this PK. They shoot from the top of the circle, and it hits Big Ben right in the legs, and he bats it out for Keegan. Keegan's got to turn the Jets on. Gets a back check from Memphis and loses his feet. Coach Josh throws his hands up wanting a penalty called, but nothing. Sasha. Now Keegan steals it away, sends it to Sasha in the high slot. Sasha sends it back for his defense, and it's going to clear the zone. Oh, no, that was just barely offsides. So Bulls will have a face-off as we killed that penalty. Remy Eptain checks in with Will Federley and Nate Key. Memphis wins this one, but it gets back to the Bulls defense. Bay Thomas goes wide looking for Nate. Remy gets there and sends it up towards Memphis. Nothing doing. Gets back to the Bulls defense. They go wide for Will Federley, and that was offsides. Will was trying to wrangle it in, but looked like Remy and Nate both skated across the blue line a little bit too early. Bulls go back to their defense. Bay Thomas draws a man in and sends it over for Remy. Remy trying to skate through opposition with it. Nate now has it on his stick. Nate skates into the zone. He's got Remy with him. Nate right through the low slot. Takes a shot wide right of the net. Cole Major sends it forward, trying to get it in the corner, deeper into territory. Remy battling with guys up against the boards. Cole Major sends it behind the net, looking for Will. Will settles it down, assesses his options, goes back to Nate. Oh, Nate was moving just a little bit too much, and they're going to clear the zone. Memphis makes a good pass through neutral ice. In the territory, they take a shot wide right of the net. Cole Major gets there. He skates it up. He hits Will Federley, that's Gus Federley. No, that's Will in space. Will makes a move. Oh, no, and he misses off the post. He had the goalie out of position. Will has it again. Goes up for Tripp. Tripp makes a move, takes a shot, and it's between the goalie's knees, but it's live. Ethan Buck came in and tried to clean up that rebound. Nothing doing. Will sends it around behind the net looking for Tripp. Tripp goes back to Colton. Colton winds up, fires. It's batted down by Ethan Buck. The goalie plays it out with a stick. Nobody's pressuring Ethan. Ethan's going to just wait. Tries to do the finesse. It comes back to him, and Ethan jams that one home. Ethan Buck with the score. Ethan has incredible patience. Able to look and assess a play like that. It's really impressive for a 12-year-old. So anyway, here we go. Tripp for the face-off. Gets it over to Ethan. Ethan skates through traffic. Ethan being harassed right as he enters the zone. Ethan gets tied up behind the net, and so does, can't tell who that is. Looks like Tripp got tangled up, and number 8 comes away with the breakaway, and Graham Stevens stuffs him, but the puck is still live, and Big Ben came in and cleared that out, but he also knocked Graham's stick aside. They backhand one at the net, and Bulls doing a great job. Graham Stevens standing on his head to protect that puck. Tripp got cross-checked in the face. Graham did a great job. He made save after save after save right there on that volley. Hey, Whitney Hooper. Yeah, we miss Jack. I hope he gets to feeling better. Not the same without him here. All right, Bulls taking a few changes. We got Keegan Brennan out with Gus Federley and Sasha. Bay and Lucas Colmajor on defense. Keegan wins this one forward. Sasha sends it out of the zone. Memphis has it on the attack now. Bay Thomas digging it out of the corner. Bay sends it up for Keegan. Keegan on the move. Tries to send it up for Gus, but it was behind Gus's back. He didn't see the pass coming. Intercepted. Gus to Keegan. They clear the zone. This is going to be offsides. Bulls push this one forward. It's Sasha and Gus. Gus now has it in the zone. He's got one to beat. The defense stymies him right there, but Keegan comes behind. Keegan sends it around for Bay. Bay gets to the boards and sends it back forward, but it's intercepted. Bay again with the stick. Bulls get back on sides. Keegan Brennan drops back. Keegan gets it, trying to exit the zone. He does. Going to try to use the boards and send it up for Sasha. Sasha goes wide looking for Gus. Gus can't get there, and this one clears. He's going to have to let them check up. Gus circles. Bay throws a pick. Gus is going to throw this one in deep. Gus pursuing his own pass, wraps around the net, gets opposed right there in the corner, and we're going to have a trip on one of the Bulls. I'm guessing on Gus. Yep. Gus isn't one that normally gets penalties. Usually, it's not him. But they got him on that one. So your Bulls will be on a PK here for a minute and a half. 6:54 left to play in the second period. Remy Uptain for the faceoff. A little confusion about what's happening here on the ice. What's much? I guess they took a timeout. All right. So boys will get a couple of words from Coach Josh here. I'm going to mute for a second while I get something to drink. All right. So we've seen some good passing today. Some good shots, some good setups. I really been liking the D-to-D passing going on, or just plain utilizing the D period for long shots. And what an impressive volley when Graham lost his stick. Made 3 or 4 or 5 back-to-back saves. Remy for the faceoff. Memphis wins this one. Winds up, takes a slap shot. Remy with the save. Remy throws this one out long, and it's not going to have enough on it for icing. Really great job by Remy Uptain. said it before, and I'll say it again. That kid plays like he's 10 feet tall and bulletproof. Memphis in the zone. They make one move, take a shot, and it's wide. Oh, and they can't clear it out. They clean up the rebound, and Memphis comes away with another point. That'll clear that penalty. That should clear that penalty. Not sure. They're not letting him out of the box yet, but we do have 5 men on the ice. So Tripp wins this one forward, skates in. He's got one to beat. Ethan Buck has it, takes the shot. Wow, incredible glove save by the Memphis goalie. Nice save. Gus finally does come out of the box. We're at 6:15. Tripp's going to take the face-off again. He's got Ethan and Caleb with him. Bay and Big Ben back on defense. Caleb wins it over, tries to hit Ethan on that far side and intercepted. They skate it out of the zone. Bay puts a stick on it and disrupts that. Really great defensive play there by Bay Thomas. She uses the boards, clears that one out, and that'll be an offsides. Bulls keep the same line out. They do trade out defenders. We've got Colton and Lucas Colmajor out on defense. Gets back to Colmajor. He backhands it forward, looking for Caleb Doro. Memphis can't keep a handle on it. Pennington, nope, sorry, that's Colmajor. Chips it forward for Ethan Buck. Ethan Buck enters the zone. Ethan goes across looking for Caleb, but it's intercepted by a back-checking defender. Memphis gets there first. Ethan Buck puts a stick on it to slow him down a little bit, but that kid's got all kinds of speed. Tripp trying to pressure. Moves into the offensive zone. They take a shot. Oh, and Graham couldn't keep a handle on that one, and they cleaned up the loose change again. 4-4. Puck is dropped. Memphis wins it back. They take a shot, but it's deflected by Bay Thomas as she gets back for defense. Digging it out of the corner, trying to get it up to Keegan Brennan. Memphis sends one for the center. Nothing doing. They take another shot. That's deflected by Sasha Dediu. Sasha settles it down, hits Keegan in space. Keegan's got one to beat, and he's got Will Federley with him. Keegan goes around, manages to keep his feet. Tries to set up the centering pass, but a whole lot of pressure there, and the puck comes off his stick. They send it back to Big Ben. He winds up and fires, and it's in the corner now. Sasha pursuing. Sasha gets a stick on it. Picked up by number 8. Keegan Brennan through his shoulder. It gets over to Will Federley. Will circles. Will takes a shot. It's wide of the net. Sasha comes to clean it up. Still live, and they hit the ref in the stomach. Sasha goes back to his defense. It goes to Lucas Colmajor. Too much traffic there, and Keegan was trying to dig it out, but nothing doing. Big Ben goes way back, trying to get deep to stop number 8. He blocks the shot. Two Memphis players collide, and Bulls send this one out, but it's going to be an icing because a little too far, a little too much on it. What a play by Big Ben. Fun fact, he's been injured for a couple of weeks, and this is his first game back, but man, doesn't look like it. Remy Uptain for the faceoff. They take a shot immediately from the faceoff, and Graham Stephen drops a pad on top of the puck. Memphis wins the faceoff again. Another shot. Graham pokes this one out to Colmajor. Colmajor skating with it. He's got some space. Goes around one. Colmajor's got Nate Key. Colmajor deep in Memphis territory. Tries to center one for Nate. Nate can't get a handle on it. Finally does. Takes a shot, and that one's in. Nate Key gets number 2. Great job by Nate to battle in. Is it number 3? I can't remember. Anyway, I know it's at least number 2 for Nate. Give me one more, Nate. We'll put the hat trick button up there for you. All right, here we go. Bulls up 5-4. 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second. Memphis wins the faceoff into Bulls territory. Bulls trying to clear the zone on the near side boards here. Big Ben going to send it up. Trip. Freeman turning the gas on as much as he can. It's just him and the goalie. He takes a shot wide of the net. They're trying to dig it off. This one's on the net again, and we're going to have to freeze play here to recover that puck. .304 left in the second. Tripp, Caleb, and Ethan are going to stay out there. We've got Big Ben and Bay back on defense. Tripp gets shoulder checked off the puck. Old dude loses his feet, and Caleb Doro comes in. Tripp runs a guy over, and they clear the zone. Bay Thomas is going to wrangle it in, but there's a lot of pressure. She goes to Big Ben. Big Ben winds up and fires it to Caleb. Caleb's got it on his stick. That was offsides, but no call. Caleb Doro is going to wind up and shoot, and it looks like the goalie just dropped straight down on the puck. Nice heads-up play by the goalie. The Bulls take a full line change. Keegan's line back out. Gus and Sasha with him. Colton and Lucas Colmajor back on defense. Colton sits forward to this one and just sends a bomb at the net, and it rolled around. It was loose. This one's loose again. The goalie's way out of the crease. Bulls can't connect with it, though. Sasha goes back to Colmajor. Colmajor skates in from the defensive position. Goes behind the net, tries to backhand a centering pass, but nothing doing. Gus Federle dropped back on the defensive, and a slap shot from real close in misses. Good job by the defense to get back and help cover that. Had to push him out a little wider so the angle wasn't great. Sasha to Keegan. Keegan bats it forward. Keegan's got it now. Gets run down from behind, but the Bulls are all with him. Keegan tries to center this one. Sasha lost his feet up against the boards. This guy's going to send it all the way down, and I don't think there's going to be enough on it for icing. Okay. It did make it. Kind of looked like it was going to die there for a minute. Minute 32 left to play in the second. Bulls up 5-4. Remy, Nate, and Will out for the offense. Big Ben and Bay out for defense. Memphis wins it. It gets back to Bay Thomas. Bay's going to go to Big Ben. Oh, not enough on that one, and it's intercepted, and they caught the defense flat-footed, but Bay with the back check, and so is Remy Uptain, and they box that out, and it goes behind the net. Really great job by the offense to get back and help out. They take a shot. Graham seals the pipe. They try for the wraparound. Oh, wow. The wraparound doesn't connect, but it gets to the player on the back door uncovered, and they get number 5. So all tied up here as we narrow down the end of the second period. Defense trades out. Remy's line stays out. Memphis wins the face-off, but Remy ties his man up, and it gets over to Will Federley. Will boxes his guy out. Remy has it on a stick. Remy looking for Nate. Nate in the zone now, picks the puck up against the near side boards, tries to get it over to Will. Will can't quite settle it down, but finally does. Tries to make a couple of moves. Memphis tries to clear this one out. Cole Major takes a shot just off the post. Will misses that one, and they don't quite get enough on it. Colton comes in and pokes it. Excuse me, that was Lucas Cole Major. Right to Will Federley in the low slot. Nate Key was real close too. They send it back to Cole Major. He gets it up to Will. Will makes a couple of moves, tries to backhand one in. It gets to Nate. Nate throws one on net, but it's wide right. Nate Key trying to set something up. It goes back to Remy. Remy shoots, but it's intercepted by number 8, and that's going to be it for the period. So we'll take a quick 60-second break, and we'll come back for period number 3. All right. Period number 3 kicking off here. We got Trip Freeman out for the face-off. He's got Ethan Buck and Caleb Doro with him. Back on defense again, we've got Colton Pennington and Lucas Cole Major. And big number 13, Elijah Cole, between the pipes. Memphis wins the face-off, but a ton of pressure by the Bulls causes a turnover. Caleb Doro then loses his stick. Memphis in the zone. Ethan Buck goes down on a knee to make the block, and that was a weird, the defender was trying to help Elijah out and kind of drug him out of position, and Memphis goes up by 1. All right, Bulls wind up winning this face-off. Caleb Doro advances in the zone. He's got Tripp and Ethan with him, but a poke check causes a turnover there for half a second. Ethan Buck now has it. Bounces off a defender's leg pads over to Caleb Doro. Ethan with the one-timer from the low slot, stopped by the goalie. Caleb lofts this one up, trying to get it back to his defender. Cole Major had stepped up to make that. Ethan Buck dropped back on defense. He saucers it over for Colton Pennington. Colton loses his feet, and they're in the zone now. And they're going to call Cole Major for a hook there. That is absolutely bogus. That guy grabbed his stick. Yeah, so they're going to get Cole Major for the hook there when clearly his stick was pulled out of his hands from that guy. Okay, well, all that aside, Bulls on a penalty kill for a minute and a half. Memphis wins this one. Send it up against the far corner. Remy Uptain blocks that shot, comes around the near side, and Elijah seals the pipe. Remy's going to come up the near side boards now. Remy skating with it, head full of steam. He's got one to beat. Remy gets around, takes a shot. It goes way over the net. That one actually went out of bounds. It hit the netting. but they don't stop it. Nate Key now, digging from the corner, takes a shot, intercepted. Bulls dropping back. And just can't quite compete with the speed of that kid. Elijah stones him, though. Big Ben moving the puck, killing some time, 38 seconds left. Babe Thomas comes in. That was not offsides. You're allowed to do that. But we'll go ahead and make a change. Keegan Brennan and Sasha coming out. We got Bay and Colton back on defense. Memphis wins this one. Intercepted by Colton. Colton throws it up for Keegan. Keegan bats it down out of the air. He's moving through space. It's Keegan and number 8. Number 8 puts a stick on it. Keegan circles. Coming down low. Makes a couple of moves. Goes around the goalie and tucks it in. Keegan Brennan. Flexing on him. Here we go. All tied up now. With Keegan Shorty there. 8 seconds left on the penalty kill. 10:38 left on the clock. Sasha to Keegan. Keegan moving through space. It's Keegan and number 8 again. Keegan gets tripped by the goalie. No call. Bulls kill the penalty. And Keegan's down, holding his knee, I think. He's getting up. I think it may have knocked the breath out of him. He's up on his feet. Well, up on his butt at least. All right, he's good. He's good. Okay. All right, so here we go. Face off at center ice. Remy, Nate, and Will out. Back on defense are the Bens. Or, excuse me, the Lucases. It's a Big Ben and Lucas Colmajor. I meant to say the Lucases. All right, Remy wins this one, skating around traffic. Throws it into the far side corner there and pursues his own pass. Number 8 picks it up on the attack now. Nate Key with the back check. Nate cuts him off and steals that one. And they're going to call the Bulls for something, a high stick. They got Lucas Colmajor for a high stick. So we'll go right back on the penalty kill. All right, out for the face-off is Remy, Nate, Bay, and Big Ben. Remy wins this one, but quickly bodied off the puck, and now Remy moves it, flips it out into the neutral zone. He's pursuing, going to make him work for this power play. Puts a stick on it now, pucks it neutral ice. Remy again in there, causing some tips. Big Ben trying to clear this one. Can't get it out of the zone, though. Remy's there to help him out. They've got the guy boxed up against the far side boards. Big Ben swats at that one. Intercepted by Nate Key, and he is off to the races. Nate Key with the goal! Nate Key puts the Bulls ahead on a shorty. And I don't know if that was before, but it definitely is now. A hat trick for old Nate. Great job, Nate. 9:16 left to play for the third period. 43 seconds left on this penalty kill. Memphis wins the face-off. Bay Thomas uses the boards to body the guy off the puck, and they're going to get Bay for a trip. So we'll be 5-on-3 for just a minute. .34 seconds left on this penalty kill, for the first one at least. Ethan Buck wins that face-off, but Caleb Doro right there with the harassment, going to burn some time off. They need to play real conservative here because number 8 is fast. And there he goes in the zone. Caleb Doro gets a skate on it to disrupt it. Caleb playing very close, and Caleb bodies the guy off the puck, steals it. Caleb's got to go. He's in the zone. It's Caleb Doro, and he gets a shorty! Caleb Doro, with the 5-on-3 disadvantage, picks up a goal. What a play, Caleb Doro. 3 seconds left on Cole Major's penalty, 59 seconds left on Bay's. Bulls go up by 2, 8-6. Memphis wins this one. Here comes Lucas out of the box. Sasha drops back, picks this puck up, settles it down, assesses his options, fires up looking for Lucas, and I think this one's going to be an icing. Yep. So we'll come down to the Bulls zone for another face-off. 43 seconds left on the penalty. Keegan pushes this one forward, and the Memphis defenders throw it right back at the Bulls. Bulls doing a good job of crowding the slot there. Cole Major battling for it in that corner. Keegan sends it back around. Sasha gets it on his stick, bats this one out. Not going to have enough on it for icing. Keegan pursuing back. Old dude winds up and fires, and it gets up to Big Ben. Big Ben goes to settle it down, gets it to Keegan. Right in the center ice. Keegan enters the zone. He's got 2 defenders right in front of him. Keegan makes a couple of moves, but they bat it aside into the corner. Great defensive work there. Cole Major steps up, tries to send this one over a defender's head, but can't do it. Sasha trying to make a play, and it got one-on-one with Elijah, and you can't stop number 8. That kid is good. All right, so Bulls taking a full line change here. We're done with all the penalties. Colton Pennington out for the face-off. We've made some moves around, and so Remy Uptain's back on defense now. Remy gets the puck. No pressure at all from Memphis. At this point, kill some time. He goes over Will's head and throws it in the corner. Number 8 picks it up. Colton on the attack. We go to send this one out. It's going to go all the way down ice, and that's going to be an icing. .701 left to play. I'm going to be a little bit late for the 16U game, but nothing I can do about that. Bulls win this one back to their defenders, but they weren't quite ready for that, and it gets out into neutral territory. Remy Uptain picks it up, circles, sends it up for Will. Will's in the zone now. Will moving through traffic, intercepted by number 8 again. Oh, but immediately Nate Key picks his pocket, gets the pass for the center, but it goes past Will's stick. Bay Thomas settles it down, fires it in the corner, looking for Colton Pennington. Colton pushes it around, didn't realize it was in his skates, gets over to Will. Will circles behind the net, looking for a pass, looking for something. Will's going to feed it over to Remy Uptain at the defensive position. Remy skates in a little bit, tries to center this one, intercepted Colton Pennington has it, centers it for Nate Key. Nate Key settles it down. Nate Key shoots, and it goes between the goalie's legs. Nate Key with the score puts the Bulls up by a 2-point lead again. Really great patience to select that pass. .6:14 on the clock. Trip Freeman for the face-off here, and looks like Memphis is going to win this one, but Caleb Doro gets back and disrupts the play. Ethan enters the zone. It's him and Trip. Ethan takes a shot. It hits the goalie, and it goes over the net and into the netting, and that's going to be out of bounds. Memphis wins this one. Caleb Doro disrupts the play against the near side boards. They throw it towards the net, but not enough on it. Cole Major intercepts, skates it in. Cole Major takes a shot. Bulls trying to bat this down. They're crowding the low slot there, and Memphis exits the zone. Nice poke check by Big Ben. Disrupts that play, causes it to go way out. Cole Major's going to rim it around and clear the zone. Memphis has to regroup. They do. Enter the zone. They take a shot, and Elijah Cole flashing the leather with the stop. Gets over to Bay Thomas in the slot. Bay's going to throw it out against the near side boards. Not enough on it for icing, so Memphis retreats back. They go to clear the zone, and Remy Uptain didn't give Gus quite enough time to get checked up, and that's going to be offsides. Keegan Brendan wins this one in the zone. Keegan goes through the slot, takes a shot. Oh, just wide of the net. Sasha backhands one around looking for Gus. It's picked up by Memphis. Remy Uptain stops it at the blue line. Remy goes across looking for Keegan, just over his stick. Bay Thomas picks it up. Bay sends one at the net, but there's too many people in the way. Sasha has it. Makes a move behind the net, gets it to Keegan. Keegan's going to take I thought he was taking a shot, but it goes over to Sasha, bounces off of his skates. Gets back to Bay. Bay gives it to Gus. Gus circles. Sends it up against the boards. Back to Keegan. Keegan bodied off the puck, and it's stolen. Remy Uptain trying to box a man out. And number 8 again. Nine to 8 Bulls with 4:18 left to play. Colton Pennington for the faceoff. Colton bodies his man off the puck, sends it up for Will Federley. It's a little too far in front of Will, and he can't quite get to it. Intercepted by number 8. Gets back to Big Ben. Big Ben sends it up for Nate Key. Nate Key kills a man against the blue line. Colton Pennington goes across for Will. Will gets there first. They intercept, and Cole Major disrupts it. Nate with a stick lift. They send it back to a defender, trying to center it, but Cole Major says, not today. Try to come in on the near side post, but Elijah had it sealed, and the defenders were right there. Nate Key, don't know how that didn't get called. Number 8's coming in, making moves, takes a shot. Elijah blockers that one over the net. Will Federley Against the far side boards, Will's going to use the space there and clear the zone. He's got Colton with him. It's Will and Colton. They go across, but there's not enough on that pass. And 8 picks it up. Skating through traffic. They take a shot, and Elijah swallows that one up. Great job by E. Two minutes and 54 seconds left. Chip for the faceoff. He wins it over to Ethan Buck. Ethan taps it forward and moves it through space. Ethan's in the neutral zone now. It's him and number 8. Makes a move around. Ethan goes wide. Circles back. Settles it down. Hits Bay Thomas. Bay goes up for Caleb. Caleb can't keep it on his stick, though. Does manage to put a body on it, and then he loses his feet and falls on top. Memphis picks it up. On the attack now. Loses it off the end of his stick, and Bay Thomas has it. She's skating through. She's got space. She needs to just keep skating. Bay's in the zone. Bay takes a shot. It's wide of the net. Picked up by Ethan Buck. He circles. Ethan takes a shot wide of the net. Bay's going to pick this one up. Bay goes to Ethan again. It gets over Ethan's stick, and now the defense gets burned. Remy's having to drop back as fast as he possibly can. They take a shot, and it goes over the net. Tripp gets there, trying to move it up the boards. Time winding down. Caleb Doro makes a move around 1. Caleb's skating. He's got room. He needs to just keep skating. Caleb takes a shot. It's over the net. This one, right up against the boards. Cole Majors trying to keep it in bounds for the Bulls. Goes back behind the net. Caleb Doro picks it up. Caleb backhands one right at the goalie. He lays out, finally covers it, and they finally blow the whistle. Probably should have blown that a little sooner, but I'm a goalie dad. I don't want to see any goalies getting stabbed like that. 1:11 left on the clock. Bulls win it back to their defense. Cole Major settles it down, takes a shot. Oh, wow, it hit a skate of a defender and almost went in the net. They take a shot. Gus almost tipped that one in. Sasha Dedu disrupts that one and flips it over for Keegan Brennan. Keegan now has it. Oh, a poke check there. Good job by Gus to hold up and prevent the offsides. Gus Federley has some room, skates it around, moves around a couple of guys, skates, and the goalie thought he had it in his glove, but it came out, and they managed to clear it out. Keegan Brennan trying to stick handle a little too much, and the traffic got that to offsides. Traffic got Keegan there. 26 seconds left to play.
Where am I going? Straight over here? Okay.
Colton Pennington for the faceoff. Nate Key and Will Federley out there with him. Bay Thomas and Remy Uptain back on defense. They disrupt that play and keep it in the neutral zone. Here comes Will tying his man up. This one gets deep into Bulls territory. Bay's turning the Jets on. She gets wrestled down and no call. They take a shot. Kick save by Elijah. Nate Key's going to throw this one way down the ice. They've got the man out of the net, and that's going to be icing. I did not realize it was an empty net. 1.5 seconds left on the clock. You can hear Elijah's mom going nuts over here. Colton again for the faceoff. Colton gets right in the way as they try to take a shot off the faceoff, and your Bulls skate away with a 9-8 victory. Great job by everybody. And we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast because we got to get over here to the 16U game. Go Bulls. We'll see you at 7:15.